Hello and welcome to Swift main user interface tutorial. Even though I'm currently on Explain, everything I do today should be valid for the ESP as well, P3D and FSX included. The first thing you do is you make sure to open up your Swift launcher. Make sure that you are in core mode, select standalone, dbus, peer-to-peer server, selected, and press on GUI. Okay, so as you can see here, there is quite a lot of information and windows and clickable items. So this can be very overwhelming for an unexperienced user. Things I'm going to go through today are things you need, basic things you need while flying online on the VATSIM. Now, I just want to make a disclaimer. I'm by no means an expert on Swift, but I managed to get myself around its user interface. With that said, let's start it. As you can see here, I'm currently parked at EGLL London Heathrow, and I'm just about to connect. What happened here is that two of my models are apparently, I'm not sure, there's something weird with them, so we are going to disable and click on this button over here. Two models disabled, and click on close. Perfect. In order to connect to VATSIM, click on the connect button. In this window over here, what you're going to see is pretty much a server to connect to. I chose Sweden as it is the closest one to me. Choose the one closest to you. Make sure that the mode is selected on normal. Insert your ID and your password you received with, while registering on VATSIM network. Your name you registered with, and of course the ICAO code for the airport itself that is nearest to you. Model is automatically selected here. In the case it is not, just make sure to click on this reload button. And if that doesn't work, just use the quick mapping wizard in order to get the proper model. Next field down is the call sign you are going to use. Field below is not something we need to consider currently. What we need to consider though is the aircraft we are flying. So aircraft is A320 Airbus, and the type is automatically selected, so I think that LDJ stands for jet. And the ICAO code for the airline is EASY, so that would be EasyJet. There we go. EasyJet 62 Lima. Click on connect. And now just wait until Swift spools itself up. Let's see if we can see any traffic online. And let's see if we can find them anywhere here. If we go here, maybe. There we go. This would be, and you can see the call sign here. Here it's Lufthansa 172. So this is an improper mapping for it, but the most important thing is to be able to see the aircraft itself. Now, many of you may be wondering, how do you remove this text over here, just the call sign text itself? What you do is you go to plugins and then you go down to X SwiftBus and then you show and hide aircraft labels. Now this is disabled for me. So that is the way you do it properly. Okay. Next things next. What you can see in front of you is the basic cockpit screen. So over here are your current comms, your transponder, and in the case you wish to change to squawk mode Charlie, you click on this button over here and click on Mode Charlie. And Mode Charlie simply stands for you are sending both height and the lateral and vertical and horizontal position of your aircraft plus your airspeed. So this is the way the ATC can actually see you while flying. Ident button is used in the case the ATC tells you to use the ident button. So you basically get a highlight on the radar screen as the ATC. Cell call codes are, well, they are pretty much a selective calling radio system which can alert an aircraft's crew. Now I'm reading from Wikipedia that ground radio station wishes to communicate with the aircraft. Cell call is currently, to my knowledge, not used on VATSIM. You can, as you can see here, you see your current comms. You can, if you wish to do so, just I think enter a code here, so this will change the frequency itself that is listed in your aircraft itself. So there we go, 000, that's currently the way to go. Yeah. If we go down here now, this menu over here is very vital for your usage. If we go from left to right, if you click on aircraft over here, you can see aircraft in range. So these are the aircraft currently in range. You may click on it and show text messages, and if you wish to communicate with this aircraft, you go down here to this window over here and just type .msg and the call sign itself, so that would be SHT8 uniform, and there we go. Let's see here, it's MSG SHT8 uniform, hello. There we go. So now you may check the private messages over here to your right, and you can actually chat with this fella over here. So this is perfect. Now let's go down to we are currently on aircraft window. Let's go down to, or go to the right hand side, which is the ATC stations. Now over here you can actually see ATC stations that are online and near you. So this would be, I think this would be ATC stations near you. ATC3 stands for basically you work your way up when you contact the ATC. So you start from AFIS and you go up. This is a pretty nice feature. In the case we want now to, let's say, we wish to display the 80s for London Heathrow. What you do is you either right click and then click on tune in com 1 or 2, or do as I just left click until it's highlighted and read the information stated here. So this is the information of the ATIS itself. You can as well check which ATCs are booked, so this is a pretty neat feature here. Now, if we continue and let's check here, request date is update. Okay, what I did, I apologize here to the ATC. I requested an ATC update, an ATIS update from the ground at London Heathrow. I don't want any updates currently, so let's see here, text. Yeah, this is just the text window, and the audio, this is not something we are going to discuss right now. In the case you are interested at a METAR for another airport, you just insert the ICAO code, so that would be, let's say, EMIL, ESNU, and click on METAR, and you can actually read the METAR for the station. A pretty neat feature. In the case you wish to read the ATC stations which are in your range, you click on this button over here. I think this is actually the default one. I always use the all button, just in the case I need it and the Swift doesn't read the range properly. Okay, so next button to the right is users button, and over here you can see users that are connected in vicinity of yourself. If you click on clients, I'm actually not sure what this is. Capabilities, model. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure what this is. So let us continue on. And matching log. I currently do not know what this is for. So let's say we want there we go, a pretty neat feature. Data from the network known as flight plan remarks. Okay, so with this feature over here, apparently you can check the flight plan for the user, you can check the remarks and lots of other features as well. So this is a neat feature. And if I dare click on detail. Okay, so let us continue to the next button, which is text messages. So this over here, in the case you wish to use Unicom, you may just you don't actually need, to my knowledge, to connect to Unicom via 122.8. All you need to do is just click on this button, Unicom button over here, and you can select and you can send the text message hello. There we go. COM1 is your COM1, of course, and COM2 is your COM2 in your aircraft itself. If we let's say if you wish to talk, no, I apologize. If you wish to no, let's go to the right here and click on simulator, and the simulator button over here contains data for your aircraft in your current position. So this would be my aircraft in my current position, plus some info like ground speed and transponder, my frequencies and stuff like that. If we click on information, I'm actually unsure what this is. Well, just regular Swift information, I assume, or explain. And the messages, I think that this window over here would tell you any weird messages, like you have to disable this model, it's something wrong, it will cause a stop for you or something. So just use this window over here. Now we come to the fun part, which is the flight plan part. It is easy to get lost, so the first thing I do when I file a flight plan via Swift is to go to my remarks generator. So in this case I am flying with EZ, so that would be easy. Oh boy. I think they are called like this, if I'm unsure, and you enter your aircraft registration. I'm just choosing something random here. Seeds and stars. In the case your aircraft is not flying IFAR and flying non-seeds and stars, it sends a standard incident departure, standard arrival. Uh, just click on this button and it will enter it in your remarks field. Navigational equipment, let's say you can fly with GPS or FMC. Required navigational performance, I think this is the one. And then we have the performance category, and this is our landing speeds practically. In the case of Airbus A320, that would be category C. Your voice capabilities, I choose full voice and I'm P3 rated pilot. Salcal is as stated currently not used on VATSIM to the best of my knowledge. And down below you can add some personal remarks. Filming Swift tutorial. There we go. Once this is done, this field over here will be copied over to your flight plan itself. So just click on copy over. Yes. Over here you can actually see the equipment codes in the case you need to use them. And let's just check our remarks field. As you can see here, it's perfect. Now, if we go from top to all the way to the right hand side, and we go down to route and continue on forward. We are flying IFR. We have TCAS, and we are flying as A320, which is the aircraft type. Equipment code, let's see, I think it would be, I think C, transponder in no mode C, no, I think that would be an I, so this is an I, there we go, this would be an I, perfect. Now, VATSIM only allows you to put the true airspeed in knots, so that would be 420 in the case of Airbus. You are departing from Echo Golf Lima Lima. Departure time is set. Cruising flight level would be, I don't know, flight level 320. And then you have the route, you just enter the route, direct, Detling via direct for instance. Over down is the destination airport, let's say that we want to head back. Now I'm not going to fly, but I'm just showing you how to do this. Estimated time and route, of course, in hours and minutes. Fuel on board, hours and minutes. Now, alternate airport is the airport you wish to fly in the case something bad happens or you are unable to land at your destination for some weird reason, like the weather. Remarks field is we have already gone through this, and just make sure that everything is correct here as well. Now, you can use a load button to load pre-made flight plan via PFPX or SimBrief. So just hit this load button or this one, and after that is done, click on validate to make sure that the route complies with the current AIRAC. Once that is done, you just click on save and send button. Once you hit the send button, the ATC will see your current flight plan and you are set. Okay, so with this flight plan page done, we shall move forward to the weather, and you can actually, with this over here, you can actually, I apologize, there we go. you can actually select if you want weather control. You can select a thunderstorm or real-time weather. So apparently Swift has an inbuilt weather engine. I haven't tried it though. You may do so if you don't have one. That would be great. And just yeah, tell me of your experience. After you are done and selected, click on activate. Now over here, weather display, make sure to just click on buck in this and show current position. And this is your current position in coordinates. Just click on our own aircraft. There we go. Click on OK. Yeah, you can basically get the weather briefing here. Now models, over here inside the models tab you can actually see which are properly rendered and which are not. Yeah, in the case it isn't rendered, I think that the Swift uses a default model to render the aircraft itself, so you'll still be able to see another aircraft there. Now you may correct me if I'm wrong. You can as well change the model and validate and load a different model set. You can even rematch it. Now I'm not going to do that now, but this is a completely different tutorial. But this is what this button does, at least. Aircraft model, statistics, matching log. Now a matching log is basically, let's say we want to see EZ62 Lima, that's us. Matching log EZ62 Lima. No, let's say there we go. Select this one. Yeah, I think we already went through this. It contains a basic. Yeah. Okay, so this contains the basic aircrafts and info and the user info. Now let us continue to interpolation. Now I'm unsure what this button does exactly. Interpolation, let's just Google for it. Interpolation. Let's see here. Interpolation. Oh boy. Now, just let's see. Graphics, interpolation, graphics. Okay. So interpolation, computer graphics in the context of computer animation is interpolation is in between or filling in frames between the key frames. Okay, so I'm none the wiser after reading this. So let's continue on and move to settings. Over here you can actually change the settings without going back to the Swift launcher itself, or so you may just click on these buttons over here. Now I'm not going to do that today, but just going through the basic GUI. This is for a part 2. Log, of course, is the log, and console is console. Use the log in the case you wish to see what happened. And radar is a pretty neat feature. Now a radar displays the air traffic around you. In the case you don't have a proper radar in your aircraft and you wish to, just hit this button over here and you can see it. It's very useful. Okay, if we use these buttons over here, aircraft, it brings us to the aircraft, ATC to the ATC, of course. Now if we go to the audio, this is a very vital window. I want that when I press my push to talk key and when I release, when I press my push to talk key, I want to hear a sound like or something like that. That is how it is, at least in GA aircraft in real life. So I'm going to set it there, and you just make sure that you put whatever input device, my microphone, you want to, you can have multiple. Of course, with the speakers and headsets as well. I use my headset to hear the ATC, and I use my speakers to hear the X-Plane itself. Let's see here then, and you can select the volume output, of course, here as well. A pretty neat feature. If we go down to simulator, set to be simulator, models, blah blah blah, text chat. Now, let's see, settings. This button over here, what it does is it's, as you can see, it 50% opacity. And then we have the button, so you can actually mute in the case you don't wish to hear, and this yellow light will distinguish. In the case you don't want to hear other traffic or the ATC, just in order to unmute, just click this button again, and you can select maxed volume in the case you wish to have the max volume. Let's see here. With that said, in order to contact the actual ATC, what you need to do is you need to go inside the aircraft, and you need to, or actually you don't, I apologize for what I said. You can go to the ATC stations. Now, this is a pretty neat feature. You can go to the EGL ground, and you can select them like this, tune in COM1. And let's see, whoa, what happened here? We are tuned in, so this is perfect. So this is a pretty neat feature here. Yeah. Let's just contact and see if they reply. And Heathrow ground EZ62 Lima, just testing and doing a Swift tutorial. Hello to you, radio check. Readability 5 out of 5 as well, thank you. Cheers, EZ62 Lima. So, and of course, I don't want to hear this, so I'm going back, and there we go. We are disconnected from the voice server. Now, if you have any questions, just make sure to put them in the comment field, or go to Swift support Discord server, and we can take it there. With that said, I wish you a pleasant day, and have a wonderful flying. Bye bye.